You know, your home is under attack, right now, from an enemy you probably can't even see. So today we're going to pull back the curtain. We'll use the crazy plumbing challenges in one specific town, Queen Creek, Arizona, to uncover a universal problem that could be affecting your house as we speak, no matter where you live.
So let's just start with a big question. What do you think is silently damaging your home right this very second?
And look, it's probably not the first thing that pops into your head. It's not just normal wear and tear or some random unlucky accident.
The real culprit? It's the environment outside your home. That's right, your local climate, the soil under your foundation, even the water coming out of your tap. They're all waging this constant, silent war on one of the most vital systems in your house, your plumbing.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to identify these environmental enemies. Then, we'll dive into the hidden damage they're causing. After that, we'll learn how to spot the warning signs. And finally, we'll put together a solid defense plan for you, the homeowner.
So why are we focusing on Queen Creek, Arizona? Well, it's basically a perfect storm of environmental challenges. Its extreme desert conditions, everything from the water chemistry to the intense heat, creates some really severe plumbing problems. It makes it the perfect case study for understanding these hidden threats.
All right, let's start with the first enemy. And this one's an insider. It's flowing right through your pipes as we speak. The very water in your home can be a huge internal threat.
We're talking about hard water. And no, that's not just some marketing buzzword. It's a real chemical thing. It means your water is loaded with dissolved minerals, mostly calcium and magnesium. And these things can absolutely wreak havoc on your entire plumbing system.
So just how bad can it get? Well, in Queen Creek, the water clocks in between 18 and 22 grains of hardness per gallon. Now, to give you some perspective, anything over 10.5 is officially classified as extremely hard. So yeah, this water is literally off the charts.
And here's what that actually means for your wallet. A standard water heater, which is supposed to last you about a decade, often fails in just 5 to 7 years in an environment like this. The hard water basically chops its lifespan in half. And the damage isn't just to one appliance. This mineral buildup, we call it scale. It creates this destructive rock-like layer inside your water heater. It slowly chokes your drain pipes, it ruins your faucets and shower heads, it even makes your soap and detergent less effective. It's a full system assault from the inside out.
Okay, so now let's step outside the house and look at the external threats, the heat, the soil, and yep, even the history of how your neighborhood was built. All of it puts your home's plumbing under constant, and I mean immense, stress.
In a place like Queen Creek, you've basically got this triple threat happening. First, that insane 115-degree heat causes these wild pressure swings in the water lines. Then, the ground itself literally turns against you. The local soil, called caliche, it expands and contracts like a sponge during the monsoon season, and it actually bends and snaps the underground pipes. Now think about your own area. What's your soil like? Is it heavy clay? Is it sandy? Each type puts its own unique stress on your home. And finally, you have the legacy of that huge housing boom after the year 2000, where homes went up fast using standard, build-a-grade materials that just weren't tough enough for this kind of environment.
And this is exactly why the choice of materials is so incredibly critical. A builder looking to save a few bucks might use standard copper pipes, but this climate really demands a thicker, tougher grade, like Type L copper. Instead of a basic water heater tank that's just going to corrode, you need one with a glass lining and a special powered anode rod to fight back against those minerals. It's the difference between stuff that's designed to fail and stuff that's built to last.
Okay, so with all these silent threats constantly attacking your home, how in the world are you supposed to know if you're in trouble? Well, your house is actually trying to talk to you. You just have to know how to listen. Let's cover the warning signs you should never, ever ignore.
First up, and this is the big one, is a sudden, crazy spike in your water bill. If you haven't started watering a new lawn or filling a pool, but your bill just jumped through the roof, that is the #1 sign of a hidden leak somewhere. Now this is a classic, and frankly, a pretty serious symptom of what's called a slab leak. It means a hot water line that's buried in the concrete foundation of your house has sprung a leak, and you're feeling its heat radiate up through the floor. You ever hear that faint, ghostly sound of running water, even when you know for a fact that every faucet and appliance is off? That's another major red flag. That's the sound of your money and a whole lot of water literally going down the drain somewhere you can't see it. And if you hear this coming from your water heater, you need to pay attention. That loud popping or banging sound, That's water boiling underneath a thick crust of mineral sediment at the bottom of the tank. It means the unit is overheating, it's working way too hard, and it's at a really high risk of failing spectacularly.
So, let's do a quick recap. A high water bill, warm spots on the floor, the sound of running water, but also things like slow drains, gurgling toilets, a sudden drop in water pressure, or cloudy, discolored water. Any one of these is a clue that your plumbing is under stress and needs help.
Okay, knowing the threats and recognizing the signs, that's half the battle. But now for the most important part. What are you going to do about it? Let's build a practical, proactive defense plan to protect your home. It's time for the counter-offensive.
Your defense really boils down to this 4-step strategy. First, know your water. Get it tested, understand what's in it. Second, commit to annual professional maintenance. This is non-negotiable. Third, when it's time to repair or upgrade, insist on using climate-appropriate materials. And fourth, the second you spot one of those warning signs, act on it. This simple plan is what takes you from being a potential victim to being the proactive defender of your biggest investment.
And I really want to hammer this point home. Something as simple as an annual water heater flush, where a pro comes in and clears out all that destructive mineral gunk, is the single best thing you can do. It will extend the life of your appliance and prevent the most common and most costly plumbing disaster: a burst tank and a flooded house.
And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. Whether you live in a desert, a swamp, or anywhere in between, take a second and ask yourself, what are my home's hidden environmental enemies? And does my plumbing really have the right defenses in place to win the war?